Right, hello everyone. Sorry for the very delayed start. We are already in the race, but we had a few Forza issues. But we're already in the race for our Ford Transit Van Special Edition event we have going on here, and trying to come to grips with what's happening. Seems we have a fight going for the lead now with the Druid and, I don't know who this driver is, Schmitz. Hope I've said that right. And Druid has just rear-ended him. Yeah, like I said, in the Ford Transit Vans, so a lot of DHL, a lot of Royal Mail liveries, and I believe Druid is actually... Oh, actually, Druid has dropped down quite a bit. I think he must have had some issues hitting with DHL guy. But racing around the Top Gear Special track, a very horrible... Well, depends. Don't know how it is in this car, but it can be a quite painful track to drive around because it's very open. And... yeah, but we'll see. But this is our first race out of the 5 laps here, so it's quite a short lap to be fair, not the longest of the tracks. Someone's already fallen very far down the back. Seems like the fight for the lead isn't really coming into much. Let's see if we can go down a little bit and see what's happening. Let's go on board with Reese. Reese is on the grass, so is Injury. Oh, lovely. Here we go. On board with Mr. Wart as he eyes up Injury for P4. Gonna take the inside, now round the outside. This could be a good move if he pulls it off, but Injury has that inside line, so not really anything he can do there. Onto this little straight. See if he can make a move. He's going to dive down the inside. He's pulling to the inside line, but he's not going to make the move. It's very tight here. He's gone into the back of him actually, and Injury narrowly missing those tyres there. That was a close one. Injury's also eyeing a barrel, so he may be getting in a fight with him soon. On lap 2 now. Oh, Marley is already being lapped as he pulls away to some interesting position on the track. Onto the grass again for Reese. Not really ideal. He's getting close to Injury, but I think for now there's not really much he can do. We're just come on to lap 3 as they're going into the first corner. So probably just over halfway. Injury going very wide onto the grass. Reese pulling alongside. He tried to make a move here last lap. He's made it a lot earlier, and up into P4 goes Mr. Reese Warts. Injury still is close behind though, so we'll keep here. Let's see if we can get actually back to Injury. See, yeah, he's basically now where Reese was against him. I am eyeing up those front two. They are also getting very close. I'll hopefully keep an eye. I might actually go on board with P2 because he is rather close to that first place. Yeah, very, very close here. So we have Bales in P1 and Shekanikos. I don't know how to say that name. I'm just going to call him Czech because it sounds easier. Check in P2, or I'll just call him DHL. Anyway, he's in P2, eyeing up Bales for P1, drifting around as the lag takes them through the final few corners. Coming on to lap 4, he's got Barrel Set behind him in the lovely Christmas livery. Barrel Set could be eyeing up taking P2. They're in a straight up drag race now. Barrel with a... Yeah, he looked like he was going to have a much better run on him, but he's dropped back now. I think he had the outside line for kind of the mini corner. He's down the inside though. and turns in on him. Check turns in on Barrel, but it's not going to stop him. Barrel takes P2, and maybe now Barrel can eye up P1. There's not too long left in this first race, so he's going to want to do it as quickly as possible. I think Reese and Injury are having a little fight. I've just seen Reese retake the position for P4. And then it seems like further down the field it's fairly spread out actually. We've got a big clump behind here fighting for that kind of top 5, but other than that it's fairly spread out. Ooh, check into the back of Barrel. Luckily he hasn't spun around. We also, as long as they've turned it off, will have no damage, so that won't do anything really to upset Barrel's race. He isn't really seeming, yeah, he's not really looking like he's going to be catching him, really. Let's go up to Barrel because he is now getting very close. I think he's actually looking to do the same move he did on check. He is down the inside again, and for now that has Barrel up into P1 on the final lap of the race. And he's in the lead fairly confidently for now, but ooh, that's what's happened here. Check, I think that's check, and is caught up behind. Now let's try out a camera and see if we can get a glimpse of what's going on. They're going to go 3 wide, I think. Ooh, look at that check down the inside. Barrel covers it off, though. And Bales is getting involved there. They're really hodging and barging. It is difficult. These cars are pretty wide, so it's kind of a challenging one to get them through. Not long left, though. Coming round for the final few bits of the lap. So this is really the final chance for everyone. I think it's going to be a battle for P2 actually, because they seem to be a lot closer together. And Barrel was sort of steamed off a little bit. That is a horrible camera. Let's go back to these ones. These ones are not the best, but they're not the worst. So here we go. Round the final corner comes Barrel set to take the win for our first race here. There we go, Barrel set across the line. Bales in B2, check in P3. Reese will come across in P4. Pretty good race for him. Injury in P5. Alex P6. Armour King in 7th. Zarnov crosses in P8. We have Emma Payne about to crush in P9. Lewis in P10. Flared in 11th. And then we have Druid, Marley, and Salty have all DNF'd out of the race. There we go. That was a pretty interesting first race. So yeah, sorry for the bit of delayed start, but kind of the Forza servers just doing their own thing there. Alright, there we go. Let's have a look at some people's liveries in the meantime. I know some people... Oh, maybe it won't be showing up. There we go. No? Okay. Well, we can see some people's, but I know some people have the issue where it puts on the Christmas livery or whatever, so... you know, I don't know what to do that. You can see there with Armour King. It seems like actually we're only seeing one livery. We see a bit of a one here. Lovely. Brilliant. Yep, well, looks like we won't be looking at liveries for now then. whilst we're waiting, seeing as we didn't really get to at the start, we'll give some information. I'll give you some information on the few races we have lined up. So this is a race in memory of Sabine Schmitz, who was obviously a German racing driver known for her BMW ring taxi around the Nürburgring. We are racing there actually last, and she was on TV. She was on Top Gear quite a bit, and this is kind of a race just to remember her. I know some of the guys have a livery. We can't see them obviously, but some of the guys have a livery respecting her. So yeah, just want to really remember that, because she was such a great driver, and she unfortunately passed away not too long ago. And it does really suck, you know. A lot of things are happening in the world, and it's not really helping. But I think it's good that we're doing this, you know, remembering her and in a positive way. But some information about the actual event. Obviously, we've just done our first race around the Top Gear test track. Our next race will be at the Virginia International Raceway, the North Circuit, and that'll be 5 laps in the rain. So that is going to be a very fun one to watch. I have a feeling there's going to be quite a few crashes and probably some anger from some of the drivers. But then we have our final round on Nürburgring, sunny 3 laps, so that's going to be even better. For the race settings, we have a reverse grid, so that means I believe that means whoever was last starting at first, and vice versa. Obviously, damage, no, there's no damage. We have no regulations either, so obviously, if people corner cut madly, that will get them in trouble. But other than that, it's pretty free, just for fun, really, just to, you know, in the midst of all this, just do something good for once. So yeah, hopefully we'll be going into our second race soon. Like I said, Forza has had a few issues. I don't know what it is, technical issues, whatever. So that's why we started a bit late, but we're in now, which is all that matters. Thank you, David Snape 13, for the follow. We're up to 11 whole followers now. And there's been the streaming here hasn't been the best, I know, but we're going to be having our brand new F1 League, Analyst F1 League, racing soon. We had our first practice event tonight, actually, not that long ago. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to stream that, but hopefully we'll have the rest streaming. We have 2 more races tomorrow at 7 and Saturday at 7, so hopefully at least one of those will be streamed here. And then obviously once the full season starts, if we are able to, we'll be streaming that. Okay, I believe we are going underway soon. Oh yeah, I need to quickly change the circuit. I actually don't. I'm host because of the connection issues. So I'll try my best to do everything right. Right, here we go. Now I need to find the actual circuit. This is going to be fun. VIR North Circuit. I am not very good at racing here. Not anything here, you know. Racing, setting up, so I just realised it's alphabetical, isn't it? Probably means it's going to be somewhere around here. I think it's here. North Circuit. Can I do it? Aha. Alright. North Circuit. Raining. I'm going to click OK and hope. Hopefully everything's good. it isn't, I apologise, but... Oh yeah, reverse grid. I knew that. Right, I know where reverse grid is. Where is grid ordering? Where is it? Okay, we have some technical issues. Manual. Oh god. Best lap, manual, finishing position. Ah, finish position. I hope it's no. If anyone knows, please say quickly if it's no or yes. But I think it's no. As you can see, we have a very smooth operation going on here. You know, really well thought out. You can see some liveries now, although not really, because they're one in the rain and one sort of blocked out by the screen. But anyway, let's see. Everyone is readied up, so I'm going to click go. Alright, think I've done it. If it's the wrong grid, then, well, you know, you can't go back now. Okay, I think it's the right grid. It is. Yes, brilliant. So, in the rain here, in the Virginia International race, where we have Salty on pole, Marley in P2, and then I believe it was RMC in P3. It is extremely rainy here. Quite hard to see, actually. And it seems like... Ooh, who's that in P2? I think Alexander was holding up there. In P1, though, we have Salty Bunny, who has actually got away quite well already. This is... I don't think it's... I'm not sure on the lap time here, actually. It might be fairly similar to the last one. Yeah, Salty Bunny has got a very good start. Xander isn't too far behind, but other than that, I mean, the rest of the grid is falling back. So let's see. Let's go up and look for midfield fight and see. There's a lot of cars here. Lewis is who we're focusing on. Yeah, there is a big battle going on here with Lewis, Reese and Emma Payne. Bales is getting involved too. Cones flying everywhere. Ooh, Reese was wobbling a bit. I think Emma Payne's gone round, and yeah, we can see there he's dropping down. He's in 10th, and maybe dropping down all the way. He's probably going to drop down to last, unfortunately. But that is sort of the nature, I suppose, of the track when it is pouring with rain. Ooh, and that's Lewis. I think we're on board with Lewis. He's off. Salty Bunny's off as well. No, Salty Bunny, who was holding it pretty well in P1, is now dropping down, and he's going to be overtaken for P7. And Alex, out of absolutely nowhere, absolutely cracking move there, up into P6, just about clinching on the track. Almost actually went off for a little bit. On to lap 2 though, and we see in front of us a fight going on for P3. Marley, Barrel, and they're catching up to Bales as well. Reese is in it as well. Reese is off though. The Royal Mail van of Reese is off, and it's 4 wide. It's 4 wide. Lewis has squeezed himself through. We can't see what's going on behind, but I'm sure it's mayhem. Let's go on board with Alex, who's right in the midst of it. It's Alex, Reese, and Marley. 2 wide with these two. Marley into the back of Reese. Alex has gone off a little bit. Checker's getting involved as well. Look at that. Lewis has managed to get away from everything, actually, and there's a lot of bumping going on here. And all checks being... Well, here's a Flared squash and injury getting involved. Cars literally coming out of nowhere. This is absolute mayhem. They're going 3 wide in front with injury, Marley, and Flared Square. Check's trying to get around. He's on the grass. He is gone. Alex, though, speeding up into... I think that's P6. He has just got past everyone as they're all getting caught up in their fight for the positions, and that is crazy. Yep, more mayhem. Armour King's got involved. I don't recognise him from anywhere. He has come out of nowhere as well. I think I saw RMC as well. Whoever's in P1, we'll check when the leaderboard updates. But Xander, he's miles off. He has a good chance at winning this race, I say. Someone might be off up ahead, actually. I think someone is off up ahead. Don't know if we'll have to catch up to them in time. Things have died out a little bit, though. There is still quite a few cars close together here. Here we go. Lewis and Armour King onto the grass. RMC onto the grass. RMC's gone. He is not recovering from that one quickly. RMC's going to be dropping down a lot of places. I can see there he's already dropped down to P9, maybe even P10. That is not good for him. So yeah, things have quietened down a tad though. Armour King and Lewis are still close, probably not really close enough to think of making a move though. We've got Alex and Injury who are quite close. I think Alex has just got Injury actually for P5. We'll keep him board in case he decides to fight back. There's a fight going up for 4th and 3rd as well. Lovely Christmas van. So we have a bit of a fight going on between Mr. Reese Wart and Barrel Set. Reese is gaining on a bit. They're catching up to whoever is in P2 as well. Some advertising boards flying around. It is very wet here, crikey. on lap 3 as well. This is a little longer, I think, than Top Gear track, but it's a lot more interesting, I'd say, because a much wider range of turns, and we've already seen there's a lot more happening. Reese is catching at a steady but fairly quick pace to Barrel, and they're also both catching P2 of, I believe that's Bales. Whoever's in P1, I think it is still Xander. He is miles ahead. They don't even seem to be catching him that much, so I think as long as he keeps it clean, he has a pretty good chance of taking the win for this one. Reese has actually dropped back a little bit here. We're going to go on board with Barrel because he is now catching up to Bales in P2. Much closer now, look at that. Bales going a little wide. Barrel taking that opportunity, stick his nose in. Basically his whole car though, because these things don't really have much of a front bumper. Going side by side, fighting for P2. Barrel around the outside, and I think he's got him there. Into P2 goes Barrel. Bales didn't really, he wasn't really able to do much there. He went wide, and that was basically it for him. Reese, I don't know what's happened to Reese actually. He has dropped back incredibly quickly, and he's actually now almost going to be pressured by the other guys fighting for P4 and P5. Bale still is close to Barrel though, so he may be able to retake P2. Might be a fight going on till the end. We are on lap 4, so still a bit of a way to go. He's dropped back a little bit now. It seems like, I think this was the corner where he got overtaken last time, or near anyway. Not his strongest point on the track. And Alex into P4, Reese dropping down. He has had some issues there because he was right up fighting with these guys for P2, and now he's dropped down his P5. Look at that. Royal Mail will not be delivering your parcel on time. Instead it will be the Christmas van of Alex, even though it is now March. So he's keeping a fairly steady gap for Alex, but for now he is not really. I think there's a lapped car off here because no one's been moving, so I believe it is a lapped car. Here we go. It is Flared Squash. Oh, the was he leader? He was certainly up there. And he is gone. He may have even retired actually. That is, I feel sorry for him. He was doing quite well. And the rain's actually stopping now on the last lap, so probably won't make much of a difference, but still is something to note. In terms of P2, they've separated a little bit. I think this is probably the closest fight we have going on. But it doesn't look like much is going to be happening then as we come round for the last lap of this race. He is catching Reese, but he sort of catches, then backs off a little bit. So I think maybe if he had a bit more time he could, but unless he really pulls something out the bag in this final kind of sector of the track, I don't think it's happening. This final bit, you can look on the mini map in the bottom left, it's quite straight. There's obviously a few corners, but it's quite straight. Saying that though, Reese now is very close to Alex. Could he make a move? Come on Reese, you've got this. Probably shouldn't have any bias here, but at least he's got a livery, we'll say that. Oh no, he's gone. Reese is onto the grass. I've spoke too soon. Reese fought onto the grass. I think that's his chance of Alex gone. Is it his chances of P5 gone? Probably not. We have injury behind him. He is close, but not close enough. And that we Reese will take in P5. We have Xander who, after leading from pretty much the start, won the race. Just literally, he was on his own most of that race. So yeah, Xander in P1, Barrow in P2, Bales in P3, Alex in P4, Reese P5, Injury P6, Lewis coming across in 7th, and RMC in 8th, Armour King in 9th, Marley in 10th, Salty Bunny in 12th actually, as Czech overtakes him for P11, Emma Payne in 13th, and then I believe we had, I think it was Marley retired, so pretty good race there. I'd say it's a bit more exciting actually than the first one. The rain definitely added some excitement there. So now we move on to our final race of the event, which is 3 laps of the Nürburgring, which I heard someone say is going to take 35 minutes. Oh no. That's going to be fun. That's going to be fun. I think we are probably just waiting on a lapped car or something to finish. Ah, he's back. He was off the track for about half the race and now he's back. Right, so now let's do the settings. This one's fairly easy actually. So we've got to change good old track to this is going to be so I believe this is going to be around 30 minutes, which is fun. So let's get that up. If it's going to let me... Okay, wait, I need to change it to dry and 3 laps. Enter, accept. Oh, have I put it on night? Oh god. No, is it night? I hope not. That's going to be even worse to watch. You can't see anything. Let me just double check. 3 laps Nürburgring, full circuit. Day. Looks pretty good. Alright. Fingers crossed. Oh no, do not. No. Yeah. Oh, wait, wrong one. I hope I did the right circuit. Okay, are we good now? Alright, if it's wrong, I apologise, but we've got the right track now. We've got the Nordschleife one. And we should be good to go once everyone's ready. So, yeah. As I said, around, I think, 30 minutes, if I'm correct. Hopefully it won't be that long, but it probably will, let's face it. So, if it's a bit boring at sometimes, I do apologise. But, you know, what can we do? Alright, so we should just wait for everyone to ready. And then I presume we're good to go. Just a few more guys who need to click that good old... I don't even know what button it is on Xbox controllers. I'm just waiting on check. I'm just going to check. Honestly, check is easier to say if I'm being honest than how you pronounce his name. Anyway, waiting on him to ready, and then we should be good. Alright. Double check everyone's good to go. Chorus check. Go. Right. Spectate. Start the race for the Nürburgring Nordschleife 3 laps in the dry in 4 transit vans. If this takes any less than an hour, I'll be surprised. Here we go. We also have reverse grid once again. So I believe that was Killjoy Lewis starting in good old P1. We have Fledge Squash not far behind him though. This track is very narrow. I have a feeling there's going to be some contact happening here. Lewis has managed to defend his P1 though. I think I'm just going to stick on board with him as the start of the race happens, and then we'll look at the rest of the grid, because it's going to be very confusing trying to sort out who's where at the start of this race. I'm excited for that final back straight, you know. I remember, where was it? Were we here, or we were on the Nürburgring, the full circuit? I can't remember when it was, but here in the Mario Kart Formula Mazdas, I believe it was. And the straight took a solid 2 minutes. And it was... it wasn't alright. It was alright. It was only one lap, so, you know, it wasn't as bad as this is going to be, no. I think these might even be slower than them, actually. But actually, it seems like Lewis has got a pretty decent lead. How far behind? P2, Emma Payne P2, who is not too far behind the UPS van. Yeah, so he's not too far behind. Let's go on board with Armour King here. Also, to be fair, doesn't really have anyone too near him. Seems like most people have managed to do fairly well. There's one person at the back, that might be Bales, who is a little far back, and I believe Marley is at the back. And oh no, Czech and Flair, everyone's outbraking themselves. Apart from Reese Vleisin, everyone just outbroke themselves on that corner. And now Alex and Armour King getting about. So is Barrel and Xander, who's gone onto the grass to get round there. That was all of a sudden I just noticed everyone in the gravel. As I was saying that everyone's far apart. Now everyone is very, very close together. Resport's fighting up the top for P4. And seems like for now Armour King is actually dropping back from these guys. Because this is a race for fun, I don't know if everyone's going to have done some practice, which is probably why everyone outbroke themselves on that corner. Because they didn't realise that it was a sort of heavy braking corner. But a very big train of cars now. This is a Christmas Day delivery special. This is what it's like on the high streets. I don't actually know where the technical halfway point of this is, but we're kind of almost to, if you look at it, where the halfway point is. And everyone's outbraking themselves again for this corner. And that's Armour King into the wall. And we have about a 3... Is that, I don't even know. I don't even know what's happening anymore. Barrel goes into Czech. Armour King goes into Barrel. Reese into Xander. Alex is kind of on his own actually now. He's got out of all that. Reese is off into the wall. He hits into Armour King. Reese has dropped back a lot now. Armour King's got a good exit. He's pulling up. The Forza gods have not let us watch this though. As Barrel onto the grass. He is gone. Flared Squash onto the grass. He is sort of gone as he now gets overtaken by Alex and Armour King. Braking for the corner though. Don't want to brake too late. Go into those barriers and ooh, Armour King gets spun around but catches it into a little drift and manages to take absolutely everyone for P4. That was actually very impressive, you know. That was actually good from him. Fair enough. Not that he isn't good normally, but that was nice. Oh, I spoke too soon. He's into the wall. Don't know what's happening behind. Let's see if we can get behind. Alex into P4. Oh no. Oh god. Mayhem. Absolute mayhem. Alex is gone. Reese is into him. Injury's gone. What is happening here? Everyone's gone. Everyone is gone. Let me go on the replay cameras and see if it gives us a bit of a better angle. Oh my goodness, that was crazy. That was absolutely crazy. Everyone's into each other. As there's about a 700 wide battle going on for a P6 all the way down to P12. This is absolutely amazing. Armour King's kind of got out of the thick of it. In the middle though, I can see Reese Wart being absolutely battered. Let's go on board with him. And look at this. There are so many cars. All so close together. Still on lap 1, obviously. Crikey, that was intense. Seems like it's sort of died out for now, though. Yeah, everyone's spread apart a little bit more. assuming we're at least halfway through the first lap. Reese is catching a little bit up to Checker. Check. I'm gonna have to ask him how to pronounce his name because I'm probably doing it very wrong. He also did have a Polish flag. I hope the relationship between Poland and Czech Republic or Czechoslovakia are good, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not very good with geography. Anyway, Reese on the DHL. It's Royal Mail versus DHL. Royal Mail out on top for P10. Now let's see if Reese can chase down RMC. Absolutely battered car. Look at that. You so many scratches. If that turned up on my door to deliver my wherever I'm ordering my parcel, I would be a bit concerned that the state of it probably isn't what I wanted. One of the headlights is also gone, which probably isn't road legal. Not that this road is legal. You can see the graffiti. Oh, Reese is in the grass. He's into the wall, into the other wall. RMC did the same. I think Czech has done this. A lot of people have done the same there. But we're coming round now to the final part of the first lap. I'm going to see if I can get a time. I think somewhere it should say the time of everyone's lap. And we can give a rough estimate. Everyone into the grass, though. Seems like a lot of people haven't practiced. And Reese is he round? Reese is round. Sort of. He catches the spin, though. He gets overtaken by Alex and Injury, and I don't know if Czech got in front as well there. He didn't actually. I think Czech may have hit him, hence why he kind of half spun. And that piece is now Reese. This is quite a cinematic angle here. Kind of takes away from the absolute mayhem that's happening. So we're coming down to this sort of back straight. I'm going to get a timer up on my phone. And we're going to time how long this takes. Stopwatch, I should say. There we go. Stopwatch is up. As soon as he gets onto the straight, we're timing it. Let's hope there's no variables in the fact that he gets spun round. To be fair, if you get a good exit, you know, you've won. As the Reese gets close to Armour King now. Reese on Armour King going side by side. They're coming onto the corner before the straight now. And Reese Walt takes P11 as we are just about to come onto the straight. I don't know when it technically starts, but it seems like it's now. So we're going to start our stopwatch. Here we go. Let's see how long this straight takes. He's got Armour King. Is he fast enough to catch anyone else? Seems like he is fast enough to get Alex, who must have got a terrible exit as he's been overtaken by Armour King and Reese, and I think maybe Czech as well is going to look at doing the same thing. We've been going for 25 seconds now. And they're actually getting close to Injury as well. I think the slipstream may be helping a little bit. More than halfway through. I think this is technically a corner, but we're counting it as part of it. Alright, we're almost there. Alright. They're braking. Oh god, Reese is gone! Reese has gone into the walls. Armour King's been caught up in it. Oh no! Everyone, literally everyone has just slammed their cars into that barrier. And a 1 minute 2 was the time on that straight, and I also saw the lap time was about 10 minutes. Bear in mind that was the fastest lap, so we're going to at least be here for about 35 minutes, possibly longer. But everyone went into the wall, and Reese and Armour King are battling it out. I think that's allowed people in front to get ahead, but I think everyone very much underestimated the braking force you need after that straight, because, you know, if there was damage on, their cars would be gone. We are actually on to lap 2, which is a pleasant sight to see. Let's quickly come. So let's see. Is anyone else really close? Killjoy Lewis is actually kind of close to the driver in first, which is, we will find. Oh, Xander. Xander is in first. Let's see how close they are. They're quite close actually. So Lewis has done a good job actually. Xander's done a brilliant job. I believe Lewis started on pole, so Xander's obviously overtook him at some point. So definitely doing the best in today's race so far. That being said though, Lewis isn't far behind. He's certainly still within a distance if Xander makes a mistake, which, I mean, it's almost inevitable, you know, it's a very long race. Very long lap, obviously. Everyone's still close together here. We'll check back, see if anything's really happening. Flared Squash has got involved here. I think he was in the big collision at the start. Armour King's on the grass though. Flared Squash is into the gravel, into the wall. It literally the same thing everyone did last lap. Didn't learn their lesson. Reese, who was probably sweated out this track, has done it perfectly. He's now looking to take Armour King, going side by side, keeping it very clean actually. Fair play to both of them there, keeping it nice and clean. And that is a Reese Wart up into P8 after a pretty nifty move there on Armour King. On lap 2, almost halfway through the race. And who's that? Salty Bunny's on the grass, so is Reese. Salty Bunny's had it off worse though. He's drifting around. Armour King capitalising on that, going down the inside. He can't quite get the move on Reese. Almost does a bit of a pit manoeuvre there on him and almost spins him out, but luckily not too much damage was done. They may be able to look at catching Salty Bunny though, because he had his spin, or his almost spin, and he has certainly dropped back. Salty Bunny's off again. He's off again. This is going to surely allow Reese. Yeah, definitely. Salty Bunny's straight to the wall. Armour King's probably got him as well. Unfortunate there, but just need to brake. You know, left trigger or pedal if you're on a wheel. Reese is off into the wall. Oh no. Hasn't lost him too much time, but if Armour King has done that corner well, he may be able to catch him. Someone's hit the tyre wall. I can see some debris on the track. And Barrel Set has taken Killjoy Lewis for P2. Let's see what's happening a bit further up the field. Everyone's fairly close here, but I think in terms of the closest, I'd say these guys are probably the closest drivers. Armour King, and who's in front of him there? I can't even see. Alex. Armour King goes into the back of Alex. The Christmas cars going side by side. Alex seems to have just got more power though. And he's going to have the slight inside line, so I think he's probably going to get in front. Armour King's actually pushing him a lot there. I think there was some contact happening. They're both catching up to Reese at the same time though. This could be a bit dangerous because there's going to be two cars both going for the same one. Let's see what happens here. Alex is onto the grass. He's given a good amount of room, to be fair. But Armour King is up into P8 and he's got a good exit. See if he can catch Reese. It's hard to tell actually if he's catching. Oh, that was very good from him. He's caught up to Reese absolutely massively. Taking the slight inside line now. Very clean racing between these guys. Look how close they are. Still not touching though. Armour King up into P7 on lap 2. And that is Reese down in P8. See if these guys up front, I think P2 and I think kind of the front 3 and actually the front 5 are all quite separated actually. Let's go back with Reese. He is once again getting quite close to who's in front of him now? Armour King, there we go. Ooh, Armour King always going onto the grass. Reese has caught up to him a lot. Just noticed as well Marley is DNF'd, which is unfortunate. I think he was probably quite far back, and I can understand. You don't want to be doing 3 laps of Nordschleife just on your own, you know. So fair enough to be for him, you know. I'm also, well, it sounds mean, but saying this, I'm also quite slow. But you know, it's fine. We can deal with it. Okay, Reese is sort of not really catching much. I believe I saw. Were these guys close? They're a bit closer actually. Just seen your message, Freezy. I don't know how long ago you sent it, but welcome from the Discord. Well, this is the Animus race thing. We're on the final race. We're actually almost going to be coming onto the final lap, which is, I have to say, a bit of a sigh of relief, because this has been going on for a while. I reckon it'll be 40 minutes by the time we get to the end. Salty Bunny is getting quite close to Bales. We're on the big straight now. It takes about a minute to do, which is just insane. certainly is interesting. It was very. I don't know how long you've been here, but at the start it was chaotic. There was about 7 cars, or probably 8 or 9 actually, all in one spot. That was quite close between these two. But we are a little bit more spread out. But as I said, coming on to the final lap, finally onto the final lap, but still 10 minutes a lap, so certainly not over yet. Here we go though, this is for P10. Bale's taking the defensive inside line, but Salty Bunny is sticking around the outside. He's going to have the inside for the next corner. Very close, just about not colliding. I think there may have been a bit of a touch, but nothing too bad, and Bale's into the side of him. Salty Bunny just squeezed his way through up into P10. Let's quickly check up back with the rest of the grid. I think actually I see Barrel set in P2, getting close to Xander. He's still a distance off, to be fair. I think Xander, he is looking very quick, and for now at least, he is certainly looking like he's going to take the lead of this race. Let's go. Let's see. Let's see how Injury is doing. He is actually close to Lewis, to be fair. Lovely stuff, Forza. Alright, let's see if anyone else is close. Yeah, the whole front lot are all sort of on their own, actually. Who was that? Alex was close with someone. Ooh, very close with RMC. Very close. I've just noticed RMC in a plain white van. That is not weird at all. Anyway, RMC versus Alex here. RMC braking very late. He actually did that perfectly. That was beautiful from RMC. That has sacrificed his corner here, though. And that's allowed Alex to get right up close to him. But he's doing a decent job of defending. A bit of bumping going on, but you know, it's nothing too much. RMC's managed to keep or take P7. I don't actually know what he was in originally, but he's in P7 now. Alex is very close, though. He's gaining. You can see the distance there. Taking a lot of curb, and RMC onto the grass. He's managed to rejoin fairly quickly. Alex hasn't really been able to capitalise there. RMC going quite wide. Alex not as wide, though. He's definitely got a better corner. Has he got a better exit? I think he has. He's gaining quickly. RMC doing well to cover off the outside. He's doing a pretty decent job of defending his RMC. And he's just not allowing Alex to get through. This is the last lap, but, you know, lap stake ages. RMC into the wall, onto the grass, though, and Reese as well. What has happened to Reese? He is very, very slow. As Alex takes him, cutting the corner a little bit, though. Reese is defending. And, oh, that was a bit of a weird glitch. Oh, no. RMC into Alex. He spun around. Oh, no. Alex is gone. Alex has been spun around by RMC. It was all going so well. He was taking RMC, about to take Reese. And he's now been overtaken by Bales. He's down in P9. Oh, that is horrible. The game actually glitched when it happened, but certainly saw the full extent. I think RMC... He hasn't got Reese yet. He is still very close, though. He may be able to catch him. Oh, he's gaining. He's definitely gaining. Here we go. He's within 30 foot. It's hard because the corners are just so tight. You really don't want to risk making a move, but you also obviously need to get it done. Reese has gone a bit wide. He's off the circuit, into the grass, and RMC takes P6 on the final lap. We're probably about halfway through the final lap. or thereabouts anyway, so there is probably still a bit of time to catch up, so certainly not all over yet. Bales is quite far behind still. Let's go back to Mr. Reese Wart, who is still close to RMC. I reckon he'll have a crack at taking him again. Quickly looking at the lead of the race. I think Barrel he's close, but if we go on board, yeah, he's still a good distance behind Zander, so still I think Zander's in a pretty good spot for the win of this race. Oh no, Reese onto the grass again. Let's see if anyone's close. Ooh, these two look close. These two look very close. We've just missed Reese going into the wall. Here we go though. This is a fight for P1. Barrel has done an absolutely amazing job of catching up, but looking at that bottom left mini-map, they are almost at the end, and this is basically it, because you have the final straight and then just a few corners. So it is going to be about who is better on this final straight. Here we go. This is for the lead of the race on the final lap after around 30 minutes around this circuit. It hasn't actually felt too bad, to be fair. It's been very enjoyable all the way through. Here we go. Barrel versus Zander. I hope I'm saying that right. I've just realised, but we'll hope so anyway. Who has got it on the straight? Slipstream doesn't pay too much of an effect, to be fair. I don't know how the physics are, but I think Zander's pulling away at a rate of knots now. So for now, that is it. There's only a few corners left after the straight, so I think unfortunately for Barrel, unless he risks making a dive, which to be fair, it's probably worth it, he won't be taking P1, but you still never know. 9:51 was the fastest lap from Barrel himself, actually. Oh, he's sort of gaining on that hill, but once again he's dropping back. We're getting into the corners now, and he's actually gaining very quickly, taking a better line, it seems. Zander going a bit wide under the pressure. Barrel keeping it fairly clean. But here we go, though, around the final few corners onto the finish. A weird straight thing. And here we go, Zander coming across the line to take the win at this very long race. Barrel unfortunately couldn't make it. He couldn't get him. He was just not close enough. And I think that's probably it for the rest of the grid as well. Everyone is sort of not really close enough to make a move on anyone. But that was a very good race. Very enjoyable in the first few laps, and there was always still some action, to be fair. Even here at the end, yeah, definitely 30 minutes of pure chaos. But it's for fun, you know. It's been good, very good. Still not done though. There's still not even someone on the final straight. But yeah, it's been quite close between a lot of the guys. There is a point system. I don't know when we'll find out the results, but hopefully we'll see them soon. It'll be, I'm sure, on the Discord somewhere. Here we go, coming around the final corner for here in P8. So we have Zander, Barrel, Lewis, Injury, the other Lewis, oh god, some collisions going on here. RMC, Reese, Alex, Bale, Salty Bunny, Armor King, Sheck, Fled, Squash, and Emma Payne and Marley, unfortunately both retired from the race. But other than that, everyone did fairly well actually. Let's go on board with this person at the back. Fair play, Fled Squash, still keeping in the race. Unlucky number 13, but still pushing on. So, there we go. What a series of events. But there you have it. That is the Animus Esports Switch testimonial testimonial race for in the 4 transits. Final race around the Nordschleife Nürburgring was fun but long. Is probably the right words. But that was a very good race. Thank you everyone so much for watching. Freezy Boy as well, thank you for coming in the chat for a bit, and obviously everyone, if you're watching after, thank you, and all the drivers as well. That was very, very fun to watch, especially on that final race. So I believe we're possibly going to be here tomorrow for our F1 race. If not, there'll be sometime next week, maybe even this week again at the weekend. But just stay tuned on the Discord, stay tuned on here, and I will see everyone next time. Goodbye.